Hola todos allá fuera del podcast world. This is your host, Matt. And John looked confused for a second.
I don't know what you just said.
No, we're not doing it in Spanish, John. Although we can if you want.
Can try.
Welcome to another episode of the Malarkey Hour. I am your host, Matt, and across the aisle is my co-host John, who is having some coughing difficulties today.
Yeah.
Coughing and peeing a lot, right?
I don't know about the second one.
You done it like 5
I don't know.
times today.
Maybe. No, I didn't.
Another urinary tract infection. Just to make shit up.
Drinking energy drink.
What's up, John?
More like number 2.
Did you? Oh yeah, you took a poop, right?
Yeah.
I always say poop. I don't like to say shit. Feels like it's inappropriate.
Shit.
Yeah, I like to say I need to go poop. I don't like to say I need to go take a shit.
Yeah.
It seems more aggressive. It's almost like I'm gonna go like do something to the toilet.
But it seems like it's more urgent.
What? Shit?
Kind of.
Maybe.
You say I have to make a poop. I'd be like, you can wait. You're like, I gotta take a shit. You're like, okay.
Well, I never say I need to go take a poop. I always say I need to poop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But it sounds like you could wait.
A poop can wait, but a shit can't.
That's what it sounds like.
Just shit sounds so violent. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna like deface the toilet.
Yeah.
I don't like that type of reputation out there. Like
There's a lot of poop heads.
yeah. Yeah. So anyway,
Oh, poop.
actually that's one of the first things we're gonna talk about. It's pooping, John.
Is it really?
Yeah.
What do you want to know?
You ready? You ready to start this?
Okay.
You know what? This week, let's just talk about the news, John. I figure it'll be fun. Like I brought the news.
Oh.
I know you're wondering why I brought this newspaper. I'm just gonna open it up, and
Yeah.
I like how I'm miming like a fake newspaper.
Newspaper's 4 years old.
When's the last time you actually read a newspaper, John?
Waiting in line.
Like
at
a
the
physical
store.
newspaper, like take it out.
I'll pick up the National Enquirer and then I'll put it back
That's
at the
not a
store.
newspaper, John.
Well, that's about as newspapers I get.
Actually, the only time I've done it is when I've gone, like, say, like I'm taking.
You gotta take a poop.
No, I never. I haven't done it in a long time. Like not poop, but
Just say, well, that's kind of.
no. When I've gotten like, I'm waiting to get like an oil change.
Mm-hmm. Usually they have magazines.
I like picking up newspaper. Something about newspaper. Something about the cheap feel of like.
You ever
that
taken
paper.
a poop on a newspaper?
No, I never had. You have, right? You're actually taking a shit in a box. I remember that one time.
Yes, I did.
I don't want to get to that story, but John.
Not
one time-
like, hey guys, watch what I can do. Like, there
Was it an
it was
emergency?
bad. There was no plumbing,
Yeah.
and it was an emergency.
John decided to do it in a box.
It wasn't like it was a shoebox.
It was a shoebox?
I think.
I don't know why I pictured one of those
No, was it a shoebox? I think it was a shoebox. It was something that needed to be thrown away anyway.
I don't know if I imagine. I never saw the box that you pooped in, but I imagine.
I
like,
have it right here.
I imagine one of those like the boxes you put like filing papers in. I don't know why I imagine that was the box.
Like the kind when you get fired.
yeah. You always see it in movies. Somebody's getting fired and they're taking the shit home. Like that box. Yeah.
I got one of those once.
You got one of those?
Mm-hmm. I thought it was just in movies.
They give you that box and that's what you
Yeah.
put all your shit in.
Yeah.
And it's funny, like they always just need one box, right? People always have one box full of shit at work.
It seems like it.
Nobody ever like needs to
There's
come
always,
back
like, a
for another box.
Picture with a frame on the top.
It's always with a stapler or something. It's like, oh, I brought the stapler from home. And,
Okay. Sorry, you gotta leave the stapler.
Getting fired from your job in movies is always funny.
I miss stealing office supplies.
You used to steal office supplies?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess you haven't had to like worry about that, right?
No, but it's convenient. You have to buy notepads or pens.
Yeah. That is true.
Yeah.
Guess I really don't. I really don't have.
I don't even
office
consider it stealing. I mean, it's
because you're using
there.
it. You're using it. You know, it's funny. I took an ethics class like a couple months ago. That was one of the questions. Like, have you ever stolen office supplies?
Which
is
is
one of those
there?
questions.
Is that like an easy answer?
Like, it's one of those, like, it was just trying to see how ethical you are.
But it's a class, right?
Yeah, yeah. In which,
So if you put yes, it's not. You don't. Doesn't
Well-
hurt your grade, right?
no, I mean, it wasn't like it's not like a pass fail class. It was just like you're trying to, like, they're just, you're doing like almost like a little survey on yourself. Like, oh, how ethical are you?
All right.
Yeah.
You ever buried a body? Helped.
Yeah. So
Right.
which is funny. Like, it is funny how people don't really understand ethics that well.
Define buried.
Yeah. So anyway, back to pooping, John. You know what? We're gonna do some news stories, and the first one has to deal with pooping.
Is it really?
Actually, it has to deal with a serial pooper. Have you ever met a serial pooper?
No.
Okay, so
Did
apparently,
you bring up? Did you lie about? Or no? How did we get to pooping? And now you're talking about pooping.
oh, because you're taking a shit before the podcast. Actually, you weren't
That's
sure of your pooping situation, right?
I wasn't sure.
Yeah, John wasn't sure if he would need to take a poop or not.
Was not sure. Okay, just go.
So, John, there's a serial pooper in Massachusetts. Say that word.
Massachusetts.
times.
Massachusetts.
And she was
Unique.
arrested after police caught her defecating in a parking lot.
Okay.
Reports say. So let's talk about this. So apparently, a woman in that state that I can't pronounce is accused of defecating in the parking lot of a local Nantic store for months. Was arrested Wednesday after she was caught in the act. Andrea Grosser, age 51, John. Grosser was was charged with 8 counts of wanton destruction property after a Nantic police officer said he saw her defecating outside the Nantic outdoor store around 7 a.m. It's around the time I take a poop, 7 a.m.
Yeah, it depends.
Police were first alerted to the serial pooper in December when Henry Canner, the store's owner, reported human feces there on 8 separate occasions since October. Police
How many times before it's considered cereal?
It's like the whole like for a serial killer it has to be like 3 or more consecutive, like doing it like
Different locations
yeah,
or different people.
or different instances, I guess.
So you're still a serial pooper if you do it in the same spot?
I guess because you know what it isn't like a serial killer they have to do it the same way. So for a serial pooper they do it in the same location.
Okay.
So police began investigating after these 8 separate occasions, initially believing it might be an animal, but then found toilet paper and other wipes at the scenes.
She was civil.
An officer was... Well, I mean, yeah, she's not an animal now, so she has the wipes, though.
Where was this?
That was in Massachusetts. Natick, I guess, is a town. I guess a small town in Massachusetts.
That's what they're known for now.
An officer was patrolling the parking lot Wednesday when he spotted Grosser waiting for the lot to clear, opening the driver's side door of her Lincoln MKX and defecating out the door.
So she was...
It seems uncomfortable to try to shit. You ever try to shit out your car door?
No.
It seems like a weird like position to put yourself in.
Yeah.
Just putting your bare ass out.
Figuratively and... yeah.
Grosser was pulled over after driving off, so he waited to... Well, you know, it was nice of him. He didn't want to interrupt her mid-poop, so he let her finish. So he pulled her over after she drove off and told police that she was on her way to a home up the street where she worked as a nanny, but stopped because she has irritable bowel syndrome, according to the arrest report. Her employer told police, however, that Grosser had access to the restroom. This coupled with the length of time that passed with Grosser in the lot led to her arrest.
I mean, shit happens.
Shit happens, right? So the owner of the store, Canner, he said, "I'm so happy they arrested her. I have no idea who she is. This has been ongoing. She has defecated quite often over here. There's nothing more disgusting coming into your parking lot in the morning and seeing a pile of human excrement." So Grocer was released without bail, thankfully, and is due back in court on March 2nd.
Should probably get a decent plea.
All right. Well, what's worse, animal shit or human shit?
Human.
Well, why is that? Why? You know what? I agree, but I don't know why. Why is human shit so much worse than seeing a pile of dog shit somewhere?
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I think don't we have more diseases or we don't?
I don't know.
I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah, but it's just it does seem like it's more like
It
I'd
does
rather see
seem-
a big pile of horse manure than I would see like
Yeah, but
human
if
shit.
we've all stepped in dog shit.
Yeah, it's
Right?
not that big of a deal.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Like if you're a dog owner, you pick up your dog's shit if they shit somewhere. But
Yeah.
imagine trying to pick up human shit. It seems like pretty gross.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. But don't they say like dogs are like, is that true? Like a dog's mouth is cleaner than like a human's, or is that just like a myth?
I don't know. I've seen dogs fucking lick up fucking toilet water. So
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe she might have had IBS, but she needs to go to the fucking doctor. Not be going. I mean, seriously, not going to work that day. Was she really going to work, or was she?
I don't. I mean, her employer said that we have plenty of restroom access at wherever she was going. So I think she was working at a home and she was a nanny. So I don't know. People do weird shit, right?
It's funny. The answer to this question, I don't even know whose answer this is. So what he said: the bacteria found in human mouths are similar to another human's oral bacteria than the bacteria found in a dog's mouth.
Mm.
Then it says, also concluded that dogs' mouths are cleaner than humans in some ways and dirtier in other ways.
So that does not answer the
I was
question
gonna say,
at all.
I read that to learn nothing.
Okay, John. Moving on. Let's stay in. What's
Just shit shaming people.
Yeah, shit, shame. Let's stick to the state of Massachusetts, John.
Jeez.
And
Shitting on Massachusetts.
just shitting on Massachusetts today. And it's talking about the outlet challenge. Have you heard of the outlet challenge?
No.
Okay, so apparently there's this craze on TikTok. Do you know TikTok, the app?
I keep hearing people talk about it,
So
and I still don't know how to use Instagram. So
yeah, TikTok is I think it's a social media site that you share like videos.
isn't
or
it kind of like
pictures.
Vine, but not really?
Yeah, I think it's like knockoff of Vine. I don't know enough, so
It's an Asian company, right? Or aren't they?
yeah, I think it's like Chinese. You know what? They actually got banned from the military because it is a Chinese app.
Ah,
Yeah, so
okay.
so apparently
people have them on their Wahoo phones, or
Wahoo.
how do you say that company? Walla.
I can't pronounce it. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So apparently there is this new craze on TikTok that kids are doing, John, called the outlet challenge. But it's very dangerous and it could be fatal. So fire investigators in Massachusetts are hoping to help pull the plug on a new viral challenge that may be defining the word stupid. It's called the outlet challenge. Participants insert the plug part of a phone charger cord only part of the way in. Then they try to produce a spark by touching a penny to the exposed prongs.
Wait, we're not going to try this right now, right?
I have a penny on me. John, I just need your phone. The challenge has been linked to scorchings of outlets in Holden and Plymouth, as well as a fire at Westford Academy, where one student is facing criminal charges, Boston's WBZ TV reported. Officials are also warning of the possibility of death by electrocution. So who would have known, John, if you try to put a penny on a wall, you could get electrocuted?
Okay, so the cord goes where?
So
The cord goes.
No, you plug in you take like a plug,
Mm-hmm.
and you're gonna for your phone charger, right? And you're about to plug it in, but you leave it halfway out.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously now there's electricity running through those two prongs on a charger.
Mm-hmm.
So you put a penny on there and you try to produce a spark.
I'm so stupid.
Yeah.
I kept thinking we're staying on the subject of shit, and I'm thinking a cord's going up an ass. And sorry, I'm half here right now.
The other issue can be that you do damage to some electrical wiring behind the wall, Plymouth Fire Chief Ed Bradley told the station. And the fire could be undetected and burning in the walls, endangering everyone that's in the building. A photo released by the Plymouth Fire Department showed a penny and a phone charger plug singed and fused together after a recent incident. Let me show you the picture, John. This is what happens when you try to do the outlet challenge. You see that penny right there? See, that makes more sense. So you put the plug right there halfway through, and then you drop the penny in there, and when those two prongs touch, you make connection with the penny. There's a spark, and you get a burnt penny.
Yeah.
So
You can also use the bubble gum wrapper, but don't do it.
it works, right?
Yes, but don't do it. It's. I don't think it'll hurt you. But it will. I think it can short it out for sure.
So parents are being advised to watch for attempts to participate in the challenge and to have conversations with their children and teens about electrical and fire safety. So if you have kids out there, please, I mean, it's important. You should be having these conversations anyway, every week about electrical and fire safety, but even more now about, in particular to this challenge.
Did you ever get this talk?
I did, John. I mean, it's up there with like the sex talk and, don't steal
Did you ever have a sex talk?
I never had a sex talk. No, my parents were one of those parents like you're just gonna learn.
Just right. 6 infections later, and 4 kids.
To this day, I'm 34 years old, and I'm still waiting for that sex talk, John.
Phone just rings in the middle of the night.
Yeah. Let's move away from Massachusetts, John. It's enough picking on that. One of our 13th original states, and let's move to a to further west.
That's the only thing someone can take away from what we said so far.
What? That's one of the first 13.
It's 13 original.
13 original colonies.
Yeah.
It was right. I'm not incorrect.
I don't know. I think it has to be. It was up there, right?
Yeah, it's up there. Yeah.
Feel free to look that up, everyone.
Yeah, right. Let's move further out west to Kansas, John, where there's a man in Kansas right now.
Shitting.
He probably is shitting. No, there's a Kansas man that asked a judge to let him engage in a sword fight with his ex-wife.
Seems entertaining.
Yes. So a Kansas man, John, has requested that an Iowa judge, so it's a Kansas man, but he's in Iowa, grant him a trial by combat so he can engage in a sword fight with his ex-wife and her attorney, according to reports.
Wait, this was granted?
No, he's asking for it. So,
it's like, what are they doing up there?
So David Ostrom, age 40, of Paola, Kansas, said his ex-wife, Bridget Ostrom, 38, of Harlan, Iowa, and her attorney, Matthew Hudson, have destroyed him legally, according to a January 3rd court filing. He asked the Iowa District Court to give him 12 weeks to find katana and wakizashi swords for his requested battle.
Tori Hanzo.
To this day, trial by combat has never been explicitly banned or restricted as a right in the United States, David Ostrom argued in court records. He said it was used as recently as 1818 in British court. The couple has been engaged
Not long ago.
The couple has been engaged in court disputes over custody and visitation rights, as well as property tax payments. David Ostrom said his motion had also stemmed from frustration with Hudson, who argued that because a duel could end in death, such ramifications likely outweigh those of property tax and custody issues.
But I mean, come on, let him.
Have you ever had to go to court and like fight somebody, John?
No, they usually come in after me for something.
What's the weirdest like battle, I don't know, challenge have you ever had in your life? Have you ever been challenged to a sword fight?
Sword? No.
No sword fight.
Wait, no.
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 You ever been threatened like somebody's gonna beat you up?
A gun pulled on me before.
So gun's like the worst that you ever.
Yeah.
Not a sword.
Not a sword.
Not a sword.
No.
Yeah.
Is it, they still do fencing like in schools, like private schools and weird schools?
I don't know. I don't know.
I only see it in movies.
Fencing. You know what? I actually had a friend who like took fencing.
Okay.
Yeah.
We see it like in movies, like where they're doing it like in gym or like
Yeah.
extracurricular.
Yeah, and my high school didn't have that, or at least I don't think it did.
Yeah, I was like, we barely had a. I don't even think we had a baseball team.
You didn't?
Wait, did we? I don't know. Yeah, we had softball. Wait. Softball, football. I don't know. Definitely no fencing.
No fencing. Yeah, you're right. It is one of those things you always see in movies, right? Like it's like a
Yeah.
natural, like fencing and archery. You always see archery.
She did archery in middle school.
You did really?
Yeah.
Huh.
But
How'd
it
you
was
do?
like, I was terrible. Oh, I shot this kid in the back of the head because they still hurt.
Uh-huh. But they're like soft tip.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Because he was like kind of trying to bully me.
Uh-huh.
I thought it'd be a good opportunity to get him. And then afterwards, he wanted to kick my ass, and I kind of dodged the fight. He was bigger than me, but he would never actually do
anything. Okay,
Yeah.
well, it was like, okay. He was just trying to
Yeah.
fuck with you.
Yeah. I remember I was like, this is a good chance. I have a weapon.
But like he was fine though, right?
Yeah, he said he was going to kick my ass after gym, and it didn't happen. I don't remember why. I might have hid. I can't remember exactly how I avoided it.
So you know that'd be interesting. Well, you didn't officially challenge him. You just hit him without him realizing.
Yeah, I
but
sucker
you
shot him.
You sucker shot him. So you never officially challenged him. That'd be an interesting, like an archery fight, challenging somebody to an archery fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been shot with pellet guns and stuff, but
It hurts, right?
it's not fun. No.
Yeah. Okay, so Hudson wrote, it should be noted that just because the U.S. and Iowa constitutions do not specifically prohibit battling another person with a deadly katana sword, it does prohibit a court sitting in equity from ordering same.
Just let him do it.
You should just let him do it, right?
Let him do it.
But the Judge Craig Dressimer, said in a Monday court filing that he won't issue a decision anytime soon, citing irregularities with both sides' motions and responses. That's interesting, right? He still has to think about it, the judge. It's like,
Because the laws are in place that say it's okay.
I guess.
Yeah, I want to see it go to like Supreme Court. I don't know. Just let him do it. Put it online.
That'd be interesting, right? Katana fight. The most like, I don't know. Be like Kill Bill.
Yeah, like the last scene,
Yeah.
or basically the whole movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no.
But not as like elegant.
Yeah, I think they should just let people do crazy shit sometimes. That's why I'm not a judge.
Yeah. One of many reasons why you're not a judge, right?
Yeah.
All right, John. Moving on from Iowa, let's go to Colorado. You've been to Colorado, right?
Yes.
So there's a man in Colorado, John, that he really sucks at something. He says, "I really suck at this."
Fencing.
He said after he fails, gets caught trying to steal 3 cars. So a Colorado man tried to steal multiple vehicles in recent weeks, but was caught each time.
Okay.
Was caught in the act each time, confessed he isn't good at stealing cars.
I thought it was 3 like at once
No.
for his first time. I was like, I would
No.
start with 1. I was like, you get a little ambitious.
So his name is Todd Shelton, age 36, and he was caught trying to break into a car in Jefferson County earlier this month, but was caught by the homeowner. So just before deputies arrived on the scene, he escaped. So he didn't get arrested. So, but moments later, authorities found Sheldon just down the street trying to break into another vehicle. And as deputies approached him, who they say as deputies approached the man, who they say was actively trying to break into the truck, he made a shocking admission to them. "I can't I'm trying to steal this truck. Sheldon was taken into custody, booked into jail, and later bonded out. But as noted by Jefferson County officials, the story doesn't end there. So that was 2 times, John. So last week, deputies responded to a report of a man breaking into a car, and said when they arrived at the scene, they saw Sheldon trying to break into a vehicle. It was at that point he allegedly told a deputy, "I really suck at this." The sheriff's office said they wanted to share this story in part because of its uniqueness, but also to remind folks to lock their cars and call us to report suspicious activity. They say perseverance is a good thing, but that's not always true. So, have you ever like done something, John, and you just realize you really suck at it?
Podcasting. No, I mean, yes, of course.
Yeah. Well, what do you think is the worst thing? Like you legitimately
Can't play football.
You legitimately try to play football.
Oh no, not really.
Like what's the one thing like you actually like you actually put in effort and you did it for like a long time and then you just realize I'm not good at this. Like after many attempts at trying to do it.
Podcasting. That I really tried.
Mm-hmm.
Let me think. I don't know. I usually half-ass everything. I really did. I half-ass. Now, right now, it's turned into therapy. Like everything, I was like, but I didn't try that hard.
You're trying to justify it.
Probably sales.
Sales?
Yeah.
And you really tried it, and you just realized you're
Direct
not that great at
sales.
it.
Yeah. Like just like door to door, like kind of. Or you're like just like direct, like what do they call it? Like cold market, direct sales. Like
Oh yeah. Just cold calling.
I could cold call.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't like approach people like and like sell things to them.
Uh-huh.
Or like you work on commission.
Well, what was it like? What do you think was like you were not great at in that?
I think I came across like I don't know, like a guy that wanted to sell you something.
Yeah.
It's almost like when you go to a car dealership and you're like, you know, they come on real strong and like, they're just like, hey, how you doing? And I'm just like, yeah. Just money. Yeah. I need money.
I still think one of the funniest sales attempts on the street was recently where a guy, he tries to hand me his CD and he goes, "It's free." After I like didn't want to grab it, and then like I saw him like a few minutes later do the same spiel to another person, and as soon as they grabbed it, he's like, "That'll be $5." It's like, that's smart. Just outright lie to the person. It's free, and then as soon as you grab it, it's like, "It's $5."
Right.
It's like, oh, I guess I gotta pay you now.
That's right. Yeah. No takesy backsies.
Yeah. I wonder. It's like, what do you think that approach was like now that they have it in their hand, now they're gonna feel like, oh, I have to pay him. I have it in my hand.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I'm bad at a lot of shit. Like math,
Mm-hmm.
I'm terrible at math.
You're terrible at math?
Yeah.
Shit.
I know how to add and multiply and divide.
Something you can do on your phone?
Yeah, I mean with a calculator.
But you're bad at calculus.
I don't even know what calculus really is.
Isn't it like the measure of...
I took it.
Isn't the rate... I think it's... If I remember correctly, it is the measure of like the rate of change in something.
Like time travel?
No, it's just like...
It's right. Confusing thing.
I think that's the official definition. I took calculus in high school and college, but...
I took calculus for business.
Uh-huh.
I remember that.
Uh-huh.
It was hard.
Uh-huh.
But math is like a weird subject to me. It's like if you miss a couple of days, like I'm all fucked up.
Like you're like lost, right?
Yeah, like I can't catch up at all.
I
I remember cheating off of a kid one time.
In math?
Yeah, in math. And I still like barely passed. I think I was like...
What math class was it?
It was... Jesus. I think it was the second. You have to take another calculus for business, right?
Yeah, it's like business calculus, but I think business calculus combines like
it was
algebra and like
It was another
Very
math
basic.
class in college,
Okay.
and then I cheated off a kid, and I remember like I think I just like saw, I couldn't see well enough to where I was like I was a whole row off on the answers. Because I'm one of those little things. Where,
Did the guy know you were cheating off of him?
no, that's how lost I was. And it was like the few times I ever remember just like, no, whatever. And just because he finished really fast too, and I was like, well, I got to finish the rest by myself.
Yeah.
And then I just
You should have told him, just like whispered over, like, hey, wait, just sit here, like pass him like a 20. It's like, here, just sit here.
I did terrible still. Like I don't know if I passed. I think I passed. I don't know. I could see like enough of it.
Okay. So you never.
I normally don't cheat though. I didn't even feel bad about it. I didn't feel bad about it because I already knew. I was like, no, I'm not. I'm probably dropping this class anyway.
So John, calculus is the mathematical study of continuous change. In the same way that geometry is the study of shape and algebra is the study of generalizations of arithmetic operations. Did I say that right? Arithmetic operations.
I can't
Yeah.
remember.
So, okay, moving on. You know, let's stay in Colorado, John, for the next story. This time, This next story deals with a bank robber in Colorado who was arrested after throwing money around while yelling "Merry Christmas."
Wow.
Have you ever thrown money around, John?
Not like that.
So an alleged bank robber.
One time I got really generous,
Uh-huh.
and I was kind of like drunk in like downtown, and
That's usually how stories start, right? I was like kind of drunk in downtown.
I just kept giving money to like homeless people,
Oh, really? How
Yeah.
much money?
like more than you should, like $10, $10. Like,
Yeah.
But I was like doing it all night, like
Uh-huh.
to try to feel like more. It was around the holidays too.
Okay. And what
And I
did
was
they
like,
tell you
actually,
when you?
and I
when
had
you-
because I guess I had just gotten paid and I was doing okay.
And what did the people would tell you?
Oh, they were fine, but like the same people kept coming back for more, and I'm like, no, like,
yeah.
you
like-
can't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then at the same time, my friend was like, "You're gonna get robbed." I was like,
Yeah.
"Stop doing that."
Yeah.
But I was like, I feel better about it
Did you feel better?
a little bit.
Yeah.
It wasn't, yeah.
How much total do you think you gave away?
Honestly, like that was stupid. It was by a couple $100,
Yeah.
and then I'm like, that's
Well,
whatever.
you made some people's following like night.
Yeah.
They were able to go and buy some more
Booze. Yeah. Get
or whatever. That's
get about as drunk as I was at least.
get more of whatever's keeping them on the street, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe food. Hopefully, to be positive, maybe they got food.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would think. Hopefully, but I doubt it.
That's like I knew somebody that bought a sandwich for like, you've heard of those stories, right?
Yeah.
They wouldn't give him money, but bought a sandwich for a homeless guy. Got pissed.
He didn't want. Yeah.
No, he didn't want that sandwich.
But was it? He was asking money. He was asking money for food.
He wanted money, and
But did he say was it for food though?
I don't think they said what it was for.
Okay.
And then the first thing I know, they were going into Quiznos, I think.
So they just assumed this guy was hungry.
Yeah. Well, he's living outside the Quiznos.
Yeah.
We're staying.
But maybe you're in here at Eden.
Yeah.
But he got like actual angry.
Yeah, he was pissed. It wasn't like in the movie. It was a scary movie where he threw it back.
Uh-huh.
And it wasn't like that, but yeah, he was not happy.
Yeah. That's funny.
You ever seen the people that put the signs up that say I want $1 or why I lie, I need money for beer?
Yeah. I've seen those. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess they feel like honesty is gonna pay off.
Yeah. The dumbest thing ever, I think I told you this, right? With the sign with a friend of mine, somebody you know,
Mhm.
or we just smoked way too much weed and driving, and this guy has a sign that says I'm really hung. And just being idiots are like, what the fuck is that? Like, is he just bragging? That's how stupid we were. And then he moved his hand, and the R and the Y came out.
It's just.
And I was like, oh, I get it now.
Makes more sense.
That's how high we were.
He's very hung, John. He's
And it's funny is they agreed too. They're like, "What the fuck?" They're like, "What is this guy trying to like?"
That's funny. Well, John, this bank robber did something similar. We did. Although you didn't rob a bank beforehand, did you?
No.
Okay, so he wasn't. This is an alleged bank robber.
That might be the most unethical thing I've done was cheating off that guy. Actually, it's probably not. But I don't like steal or anything.
Nah. So the alleged bank robber in Colorado apparently wanted to spread some Christmas joy before he was arrested Monday. Witnesses say they saw a man throw money from a bank onto a street in Colorado Springs while yelling, "Merry Christmas." And actually, it's funny. If you look at the guy's mugshot, he actually sort of looks like Santa Claus. 65, here he is. Dave Oliver.
Oh, yeah.
He has a beard, a little older man, white beard, disheveled.
I mean, he was kind of being nice.
Yeah. So the bizarre incident happened moments after a branch of Academy Bank near the intersection of East Pikes Peak Avenue and South Tejon Street was robbed after 12:30 p.m. They described the robber, later identified as 65-year-old David Wayne Oliver, as an older white male who threatened to use a weapon and left the bank with an undisclosed amount of cash. Police found the suspect sitting in front of a coffee shop and arrested him without incident. Bystanders collected the money and returned it to the bank.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah.
I don't know. You've never...
I've never robbed a bank.
You worked at a bank. You were never robbed, right?
I worked at a bank for probably close to 6 years. No, I was never robbed. Actually, I hope to be robbed one day. It was one of those weird.
You wanted to be a hero?
No, it's just it'll be interesting story to tell. Like I was robbed one time. It never gets reported. This was interesting. More banks get robbed than you realize.
I got robbed a few months ago. I told you.
Yeah.
No, we'll save that for another time. No, but I think how do people normally rob a bank? Like a note?
Yes, you didn't know.
So is that what he probably did?
Yeah, I probably did that. Like it's very rare. Like it's like in heat where
this money belongs to the federal government.
Yeah, your money. Yeah.
By the way, that's a great scene.
Heat.
Yeah. Just turn it into a heat
Yeah.
for the rest of the podcast.
No, I never. Although one of our branches had gotten robbed, but I don't know if I think I got robbed where I was. I think they had gotten robbed where I was still there. Can't remember. Trying to remember the story, but somebody I knew. And it was very like it was just a note. Like people, like I think the person next to them, they didn't realize they had just gotten robbed, and the guy left and like, hey, I just got robbed. So
when I worked at that hotel,
mm-hmm.
I always thought I was gonna get robbed when I would work night.
Right.
Because
do hotels get robbed?
Well, because the guy I replaced got robbed, and he got.
Oh, really?
He didn't want to yeah.
Why would you rob? Is there that much cash in a hotel?
Well, I was lazy, so I would never put it in the safe you're supposed to.
Yeah.
So you're supposed to put it in after every couple hundred.
And the hotel you worked at was more of like people paid cash, right?
A lot, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
There's a lot of hookers and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody would give me an ID, and they lived down the street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's those suckers.
They would ask for dark rooms in the back.
Dark rooms in the back, really?
Where there's not a lot of light shine. I'm like, why do you want the most dangerous room ever?
Hey, you should have tried to turn it into a business. Just get the maintenance guy to just break a couple lights to make it darker areas. Just like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So you never got robbed while you were working at the hotel?
No, but there's a lot of shady people who would come in.
Yeah.
So there would be a button after hours. Because we would no longer just let the doors open anymore. You have to push the button for the door to open.
Okay.
Yeah. So I had to look at the person and just be
judge is this person gonna rob me or not?
Yeah. It's you can just go by just 100% racial stereotyping.
You understand? I don't know how that button saves it because you just
No, it's not. Nah, it's yeah. That's all it was you literally would push the button, I guess, and then it would let him in. I think it was anything after 11.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's scary.
It's weird. But I would have a couple of thousand in the register.
That's crazy. That's a lot of cash.
Yeah, they would get mad at me for doing it too. They're
You're
like,
supposed to put it in the safe, yeah.
yeah, they're like, you're supposed to drop, not keep more than a couple hundred.
Yeah.
Like, but you got to fill out like a form and shit.
So at the end of the day, it's paperwork that really keeps you.
Carpal tunnel.
Yeah. So anyway, moving on. You know what? Let's move across the pond, John, as they say.
Who says that?
I don't know, people.
Yeah.
And go to Mary Ode, England, for this next story. So, the headline of this story is: Car explodes after driver sprays excessive amount of air freshener before lighting cigarette. It's a mouthful.
Guess that can happen.
Yeah. So a driver in England accidentally blew up his car when he lit a cigarette after spraying air freshener inside.
Jesus.
The unidentified man sprayed an excessive amount of aerosol spray in his car, which was parked in Halifax, West Yorkshire, on Saturday when he decided to grab a cigarette.
That's freaky.
Witnesses told the Manchester Evening News they heard an enormous bang and saw the car windows shatter and nearby buildings shake. Wow.
It's like De Niro in Casino.
And if you see the picture of this car, John, it is a lot of damage.
Woo, did they give you the exact brand of the air freshener?
No, they don't.
They're probably protected with a warning, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they have to be, right?
Yeah. And apparently the driver made it out of the car with minor injuries and was treated by first responders.
It's like De Niro in Casino.
What was that saved them? It was a plate, right?
Yeah, metal plate.
What was the car? What was the car?
I don't know. A Granada?
A Granada, right?
No.
I remember because you had a... No.
It wasn't a Granada.
It wasn't a Granada? I thought that's the whole thing.
No, it looks like it. I don't know what it was.
Actually, I'm curious now. What was the car in Casino?
It was nicer than that.
Or it was just a joke that you would say?
I think it was just a joke.
Okay.
No, I remember in Seinfeld, George's dad drove a Granada.
Oh, there you go. It's a Cadillac.
Yeah, I was like, it
Was
was
it
something
Cadillac?
much nicer.
Yeah. I don't know. So, he survived. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, an explosion that makes buildings shake, and he survived
That
it.
scared the shit out of me.
Fuck yeah.
You think he'd stop smoking?
Nah.
Probably not, right?
Nah. The owner of...
Just stop using air freshener.
Right? That's the one thing that he gets out of it, right? He just stopped using air fresheners.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on. Let's go back across and let's go back to the United States, John, to Pennsylvania, where a woman in Pennsylvania, she lit her motor home on fire while wearing Act Crazy shirt, and she was arrested for it.
Okay. Act Crazy?
Yeah. So authorities in Pennsylvania arrested a woman who allegedly set a motorhome on fire before Christmas while wearing a shirt that had Act Crazy emblazoned across the front. The Mooresville Borough Police Department said in a news release that Kimberly Zimmerman, age 32, was arrested Friday and charged with 2 counts of arson and 1 count of criminal mischief in connection to the fire. So, Act Crazy. And she looks a little crazy.
Did she know anybody in it?
Huh?
Like, was there people in it?
I don't know. And she looks a little crazy. All right.
Yeah. She looks like this lady that used to cut my hair.
Really?
Kind
You
of.
think it's the same lady?
I think it is.
So during the investigation, officials said it was discovered that a woman identified as Zimmerman arrived in the area in a black Chevy sedan around 8:35 a.m. She entered the motorhome and left just before it caught fire.
I mean, there's nobody in it, right?
No, there's nobody in it.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I guess if you're wearing a shirt that says "Act Crazy," you sort of gotta live up to it, right?
Yeah. No, I mean, definitely looks crazy. And just, when was this?
This is before Christmas, not too long ago.
Crazy.
All right, John. So let's move on to you. We're doing a lot of criminal stories. Let's move on to some more lighthearted news. So, apparently, there's this bunny
Mm-hmm.
that wears a bow tie, and she flies first class with her owner, and her name is Coco. Coco the bunny. And
This is a Playboy bunny.
No. This is a actual bunny.
Oh. I was gonna say, where's the tie?
A bunny rabbit. And she's living her best life, John. Look at this picture. It's just so adorable of her with a little croissant or a little like croissant roll and her little champagne. Look at that. Isn't that adorable, John? That's
sure.
Super adorable.
Aren't
Coco the
rabbits
bunny.
like aggressive?
I don't know. Have you ever had a rabbit? It's a pet.
No, I know people that did.
I
Never even went. I don't even think I did. I held a rabbit once.
In your life, your whole life?
Once, yeah.
You held one rabbit.
One rabbit.
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah, I've held rabbits.
I don't hold hardly anything.
You don't like living things, right?
No.
You don't like animals?
I won't even like acknowledge my nephews until they're like 10.
The first 10 years of their life, they're like non-existent beings.
Yeah, until they're about 10 or so.
That's when you start paying attention.
Yeah.
So, John, an emotional support rabbit has attracted plenty of attention after living the life of luxury in first class on an 11-hour United Airlines flight from San Francisco to Japan. Coco the bunny is living her best life and got to experience what most of us can only dream of, thanks to her owner, Takako Agawa. And she did it all while wearing
That's the guy I cheated off of.
And she did it all while wearing the cutest little bow tie, John. Apparently, Coco's 8 years old, and she had her own seat and cushion on the plane to snuggle up on. And the cabin crew were so smitten with the fluffy little pet that even swapped duties so they could take it in turns to go and meet her. So look at this little bunny. Look at his little seat. Look at the little bow tie. Isn't that adorable?
It looks nice, but also looks like it probably bites the shit out of you.
You think so? It looks like a little plush toy. It is super adorable.
Yeah,
I have to say that. She had the whole seat to herself for 11 hours, John. First class.
Yeah, it's like those people that do the support animals on the plane.
This is what it is, a support animal.
And it's all bullshit. It's not all bullshit, but people exploit it.
So apparently this wasn't Coco's first flight either. She had traveled from Japan to California 3 years previously when her owner first moved. Back then, Takako had to keep her in the hold while traveling, but now she worried that she was too old to be safe back there. So she decided to register the bunny as an emotional support animal. So the CEO paid $100 to get her pet this status, and then she was allowed to come into the cabin with her in a carry case. Look at that. Look at that, Jan. Look at how adorable that is. Come on. You gotta look at that bunny and not just...
I don't know. I don't have that soft spot for animals. So.
John hates animals.
I don't hate animals.
However, when the plane took off, so she didn't buy a seat though. That's what's funny. She just had her in So when the plane took off, Takako discovered the seat next to her was unoccupied, and the flight attendants gave her permission to let Coco loose. She did so, but was a little concerned about the toilet situation and whether she would start hopping off around the rest of the plane. But in the end, there's nothing to worry about, as Coco was good as gold. Speaking about the experience, Coco's owner said, "This is one of my favorite flights I've ever had. There's nothing like being able to take your bunny on the plane."
Nice. What? Running out of news stories. No, it's kind of like the emotional support thing. It's like,
you think that's bullshit? You think that's bullshit?
No, not for everybody, but I think people exploit it a lot.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Especially with dogs, right?
People.
That's the easiest
people
thing.
have some people. Oh my god, I see people travel with multiple pets, or like a couple and they each have one. Like you can't both need one. Like, you fucking have each other and two pets, and like
Right?
I understand if you're like moving,
Uh-huh.
but you're like just going somewhere. I'm like,
And you constantly need it?
it's like obviously nobody wants to watch your pet for you, I guess, but I don't know.
Maybe.
You like dogs or cats?
I'm more of a cat person. The reason is because cats tend to take care of themselves. I like I like big dogs. I don't like small dogs. I
Yeah.
love small dogs.
Yeah. I don't like cats at all, but mostly because I'm allergic. So
Yeah. I have a pug at home right now.
you do.
Yeah.
Eh.
Yeah. That's how I feel about it. Yeah.
Whatever.
All right, next story. So John, there is a mom, and apparently, she got freaked out because there is a haunted frozen doll that returned to her house after she binned it up twice.
Oh, like Frozen, like the movie.
The movie, yeah, the Frozen
I
doll.
thought it was like in the freezer. I was like, wait, what? I was like,
So a family has been left feeling rather freaked out after one of their daughter's Christmas presents returned to their home after they put it in the bin twice. So, John, it's no secret that dolls can be pretty creepy. We've seen enough horror films to know that. But one thing we didn't think would prove quite so scary is a Disney toy. But one woman has been left terrified of a piece of frozen merchandise her young child was given for Christmas. So a mom from Houston was taken to social media to reveal why she believes her daughter, Aurelia, has a haunted Elsa doll. In a viral post on Facebook that has now been deleted, Emily Mandonia explained that I'm butchering the little girl's name, Aurelia's toy had first started to freak them out when it began singing and talking in Spanish while switched off. She and her husband Matt decided to throw the doll out with their daughter's blessing, but since then,
did it talk in English? I'm saying, like, was it a talking
I
doll?
don't know. Apparently it just started talking Spanish when it was like it's supposed to be off.
Okay, so it was a talking doll to begin with, then.
Mm-hmm. It was
Okay.
talking.
Because
Yeah.
if it wasn't a talking, and it was like, I don't care what language it is.
So her and her husband decided to throw it out, but since then has found its way back into their home, not once but twice. And this is the doll, John. It's a creepy little looking doll.
Oh, now that you told me that, it is, yeah.
All right.
But yeah,
Yeah.
doesn't look frozen.
Emily wrote, Matt threw it away weeks ago, and then we found it inside on a wooden bench. Okay, so we were weirded out and tightly wrapped it in its own garbage bag and put that garbage bag inside another garbage bag filled with other garbage and put it in the bottom of our garbage can underneath a bunch of other bags of garbage and wheeled it to the curb and it was collected on garbage day. So the family then went on
Every time you
holiday.
say garbage, take a shot.
Right. The family then went on holiday thinking the whole thing was behind them. But when they returned home, the doll was back.
Jeez.
We were out of town, forgot about it. Today, Ari, her daughter, says, Mom, I saw the Elsa doll again in the backyard.
Store's garbage.
After throwing it out didn't work, Emily decided the only way to be rid of the thing for good was to send it far, far away. So she posted it to her friend Chris, who lives over 1,500 miles away and had been entertained by the tale of the quote-unquote haunted doll. She confirmed Chris has since received Elsa and has taped the creepy toy to the bonnet of his car to stop it from going anywhere else. Now, this is obviously coming from a British paper, so bonnet meaning the front of his car. So hopefully it stays there, John.
That means the front?
I think so, the bonnet.
Okay.
I think the back mean there's a word for it that they say. I forget. Not the trunk.
So it's
I think
safe now?
Apparently he's on his car. So
You think that's just a bunch of meth heads, or I don't know. I am the same guy that bid on that haunted Steve Urkel doll.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that. I was thinking about that when I was looking at the story. You're right. How much did you bid on it?
I got up to maybe $60.
That's a lot for like a. Well, but it was like a talking one, right?
No.
It was just like a
It was
nice,
just
nice
like a
fancy.
Steve Urkel,
Yeah. Was
Yeah.
it like nice?
Yeah. It had the glasses and everything.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I would want it even if it wasn't haunted. I don't know,
Right.
about $60 maybe.
Yeah.
But that wasn't bad.
What was the bid that beat you?
We're just going up a couple bucks at a time.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
It's just like
Just going back and forth with some guy. I was bidding while I was at work.
Okay.
So-
Okay, John. Next story. So a man, John, apparently suffers a 3-day erection after taking sexual stimulants used to breed bulls.
That stuff from the gas station.
So this, not surprisingly, this unnamed man, whose age is also unknown, traveled to Veracruz in East Mexico to buy the stimulant as part of an exciting plan to have sex with a 30-year-old woman. I don't know why the edge of the woman was that exciting. um, a man had to be rushed to the hospital after taking a sexual stimulant used for breeding bulls that left him with 3-day erection. The man in Mexico, whose name and age is unknown, is believed to have taken the stimulant as he excitingly planned to have sex with a 30-year-old woman. However, he ended up needing surgery to tackle the persistent engorgement at a specialist hospital 270, which in Reynosa, a city on the U.S.-Mexican border, La República reports.
I mean...
So doctors told the newspaper he had taken a sexual stimulant which he had bought in Veracruz, used by farmers in that region to invigorate bulls for insemination.
I mean, I believe it.
Here's a picture of the man, John.
Okay. I was gonna say you have to show me a really hard dick.
So the man is let's see. Okay, so he went in surgery, but there's been no updates on his condition. So last October, a dad from East London had an operation to remove part of his penis to stop his constant painful erections that lasted 3 days. It's another. I guess they're going to another story of this.
I did the same thing for different reasons.
James Mudd, 38, said his embarrassing problem began after a motorbike accident just before Christmas of 2015. He had corrective surgery and screws put in his neck and also suffered post-traumatic stress disorder after the crash, so he was given antidepressants. So doctors believe that the meds that he was given for the pain caused his penis problems.
This is all one guy, right?
This is a different guy. There's just
okay.
had similar issues.
They're just talking about dick stuff.
Yeah. So imagine having an erection for 3 days, John.
I mean, by yourself, yeah. Be a long 3 days.
Yeah. All right, John. Let's end the night with this story. So a girl's eyelashes apparently got ripped out after a double-ended dildo hits her at Bongo's Bingo.
The name of the bingo place is funny.
Bongo's Bingo. Actually, Bongo's Bingo, if you're wondering what the hell that is.
It's not a bingo hall, is it?
It's a party-style game of bingo accompanied by live music and dancing.
So they actually play bingo?
Actually, I don't know. Bongo Bingo, Bongo Bingo, Bongo Bingo. Apparently, it's like a thing in London. Actually, it's a company in England that does this. A participation is a... Actually, it's more interesting what the fuck Bongo Bingo is. Yeah, I guess it's like it's just a company that does this. Like, it's a more fun bingo. So... So this girl's eyelashes, John, not her eyebrow, her eyelashes fell off after a dildo hit her in the eye.
Okay, so she got hit with a dildo.
So
and these are her eyelashes fell off.
So Tegan Denham documented the bizarre mishap in a hilarious video in which she explained how her lash extensions were ripped from her eyes. She told how the sex toy had whacked her in the face as she danced at Bongo's Bingo. In the clip, which went viral after she posted it to social media, Tegan looked shocked as she peered down at her bare eyelids. And this is how it looked, John. Imagine just looking and you don't have any eyelashes.
So, okay, so they were fake, right?
She was wearing fake extensions.
Okay.
And when they hit her fake extensions, it ripped off the extensions along with her actual lashes. She was seen dancing with the dildo, swinging the prop near her face. One end of the toy then hits her in the face before she raises her hand to her eye to assess the damage. Despite the accident, Tegan continues to laugh and dance, clearly seeing the funny side of what happened. She captioned the clip, "You actually couldn't write my life. Tonight I went to Bongo's Bingo and I got hit in the face with a double-ended dildo and took a full lashes worth of extensions off."
You ever been hit with a double-ended dildo?
I've never been hit with a double-ended dildo. I never held a double-ended dildo. Never been in the same room with a double-ended dildo.
How do you know?
I don't know. Yeah, I guess you're right. Right? You never know what people have in their bags. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you ever be like afraid to like travel with like a sex toy at the airport?
Nah.
You wouldn't. You wouldn't care if like they open it up. It's like, sir, what is this for? And you explain.
I don't really have a lot of shame.
You don't have a lot of shame.
Not really.
All right. The next time you travel, I'll buy you a dildo, and I want you to travel with it.
I have heard of those stories. I don't know if those are true or not.
What?
People getting like, because they will open some people's bags. I know people have had it done.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll go through your shit, and some people will travel with weird shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's funny going back to the eyelashes. I had a girl I know that she did actually find a fake eyelash in her drink at a restaurant.
Mm-hmm. Ew,
That's gross.
That's really gross.
Yeah. Like, that's nasty.
That's really gross. Ugh. All right, John. You know what? One more story before we go. Actually, this one of the first stories I looked up before we started the podcast. And it has to do with another sex toy.
Mm-hmm.
This one's a little funnier though.
Triple dildo.
Triple dildo. So a mom was mortified after her daughter takes her sex toy to school and gives it to a friend. So apparently, her daughter found one of those vibrating cock rings. Have you seen those?
I have an idea what it is.
This is what it is right here. So it's like a ring, and then there's a battery pack in there, and you turn it on and it vibrates. You put it over your penis, so when the man starts thrusting in,
Mm-hmm.
he's getting the vibrating sensation as he has sex.
Okay.
So apparently,
I always thought a cock ring was like an earring,
like an earring.
like one of those
What do you
people
mean?
that like pierce their dicks.
No. Oh, I guess I see what you mean. I don't know.
I understand.
I guess it's essentially a vibrator, but for a penis.
Okay, it goes around the penis.
It goes around the penis. Yeah.
Okay.
So the mom was left completely mortified when she received a text from another parent saying that her daughter had taken a sex toy into school. The mother's name, Kayla Millenni's little 5-year-old daughter, Mila, had confused the vibrator for a toy and gifted it to her friend after getting off the bus. So her friend took it home and probably showed it off to her parents, who were unsurprisingly completely shocked. So the mom with the sex toy originally, she shared her hilarious text exchange on social media and the messages that that went back and forth. So the conversation started with the friend's mom saying, "Hey, blank gave this to blank," the two girls' names, on the bus today. They blurred it out. Alongside a picture of a vibrator.
I was like, no wonder they're friends. They have the same name.
and it has the picture of the vibrator laid on a piece of kitchen towel. She might have been in your stuff, LOL. Wow, I am mortified. I don't even know what to say. I am so sorry. I can assure you, though, that it was not used. We just got a 4-pack.
They come in packs like that?
Yeah. I just went to check, and one was missing. She probably thought it was a ring. And so the other mom goes, LOL, it's okay. I didn't even realize it I guess she meant like T-O-O. She took it off. Oh, I didn't realize it till she took it off. She spelled it right.
She's wearing it on her finger, right?
Yeah, she thought it was a ring. She said she only gave it to her when they got off the bus, so that blank must have had it on all day. So I guess the little girl had, like the original little girl had it on all day. LOL, I said this is one for the books.
Friendship ring.
Yeah. And the original mom says, OMG, she probably wore it all day at school. I had to go check all of her belongings now. Thank God it wasn't shown until today.
How much shit do they have where she has to check all of her belongings?
I know. It's like how many sex toys do you have in your house that you have to worry about? Yeah. Yeah.
That's funny though. Oh. You have any Anything weird like that?
No.
Lies. Yeah. Actually, that's what I thought. I thought a cock ring. I thought it was like a earring.
But yeah. So apparently the daughter, she got a 5-minute timeout.
I mean, it's not her fault, right?
No, but she says that she hopes that the chat she had with her will be enough to stop her from snooping next time. So she just punished her for actually going there and taking
for snooping.
For like taking something without asking. I guess that was really more her her crime.
It's no worse than that guy that robbed the bank.
I guess, right?
I'm just kidding.
So yeah.
Going back to like the bank stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say like that's why I asked how he did it, because I was like, yeah, he should get in trouble like if he did the note thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I've told you this before. I was like, if you can like pull off like a bank heist, you should get to keep it even if you get caught.
Why? What do you think?
Especially if it's like a big bank.
Why do you say that?
Because it's cool.
So if you're able to pull it off and nobody got hurt?
Yeah, like nobody got hurt, nobody got threatened. It should be like a slap on the wrist.
Well, but I mean,
kind of like Italian job kind of shit.
But if you do that, wouldn't you then encourage people to like start doing that more often? Like you don't want people to be like, "Oh, nothing's gonna happen to me."
It's kind of like I always like those stories, like when all this stolen art goes missing.
That's different. Like I guess it's like that's
How's
a little bit more
different?
elaborate. That's a little bit more elaborate, I guess. But I'm not saying like they should just allow them to do it. But
No, I'm saying if it happens like in the middle of the night kind of thing, like those kind of stories, I was like,
they should just they should, hey, no harm, no foul, and
yeah,
just give us the money back. Just give us the money back.
Breaking and entering charge.
Well, didn't they do that sort of with that guy? That Catch Me If You Can movie is based on. Like once
I mean,
he went to jail, and then they asked him to help him like come up with different ways.
Back before they knew how to do any shit on their own.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't. Like I said, like if you do the note thing, that's different because like you're traumatizing somebody and all that shit.
But if like you dig a tunnel and into the bank vault and you
like if we come down from the roof and like get through the whatever into the vault and lasers and shit.
It's hard. I've heard the bank.
You worked at a bank.
There's no lasers.
There's no lasers.
No, there's no lasers.
Yeah.
Oh, that is crazy with the vault because it's essentially the whole vault. Like it's hard to drill into a vault. It's all four sides. So
I saw just something the other day. Yeah, they found this painting that had been missing for, was it like 23 years the other day?
Mm-hmm.
And they found it on the property, like behind like some brick walls.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think somebody was able to like get it out, but they couldn't get on. They had to like run.
Where was it brought from? Like a museum?
Yeah. It was still like, but it had been there for 20.
Me and you talked about that, about how it's crazy people who rob like priceless pieces of art. And it's like, what's the point? You're never going to be able to show it to anybody.
Yeah, you gotta have a sell or a buyer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, even if you buy stolen art, like, it's really just for you to look at. Like, you can never display it to anybody.
Yeah, you gotta be a psycho.
Yeah. Like, what's the point if
show it to people when you're like show it to one person every weird party you have?
Yeah, it's like, oh, it's just
yeah.
Have the Mona Lisa downstairs. You want to look at it?
Yeah.
It'll be impossible to steal the Mona Lisa, right?
Yeah, it's like a Nicolas Cage stealing the Declaration of Independence.
Is nothing crazy? Like, you ever seen like pictures of how it looks with people there, like the Mona Lisa? It's super crowded all the time.
Yeah, I've never seen. Yeah, no, I mean,
like you seen pictures, right? People try to look like there's a billion people around that painting. Like, you can't even get close to it.
Makes sense, I guess.
One of the most popular paintings in the history of paintings.
Yeah, I don't know anything about art. I just think it's crazy how much shit is worth it.
Yeah.
I think I had seen something like it's like it's such a big industry too, as far as like illegal like physical things.
Mm-hmm.
It's like weapons, and then it's like money, weapons, and then like
paint.
Yeah, it's like stolen art. It's like right up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But I don't know. It was like it's worth like 60 or 70 million. The one they found.
Mm-hmm.
I can't find it anywhere. But if it's 23 years. I don't know.
Art is funny to me.
Yeah. Can you draw?
Nope.
Maybe that's something I was really bad at that I tried.
Yeah, she tried like really hard.
I mean, you figure it out pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean,
Some people can draw.
yeah, like naturally they're really good at drawing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate those people.
Right. I hate people that can do things
Really well.
yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Oh no.
yeah.
All right, John. That's the end of this week. Any parting words before we go? Any advice to the audience out there?
Should really prepare for this, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Not really.
Like, this is a time you can give your wisdom to the world, John. You have all that wisdom in your head over 33 plus years of living.
Oh, man.
What have you learned that you want to give the kids out there?
Take care of your back, because my back really hurts.
Take care of your back. How would you do that?
Fuck, I don't know. Half of it's luck.
Have his luck.
Yeah. Take care of your back. Like, do whatever you want. Just be careful.
All right. With that great advice, we leave for another week. We will see you next week for another episode. Bye-bye.